Well, state regime media known as Fox was losing it on air as Donald Trump announced that he was suing the owner of Fox, Rupert Murdoch, who also owns the Wall Street Journal. And Donald Trump claims that the Wall Street Journal defamed him by printing an article about how Donald Trump allegedly sent a birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein for Epstein's 50th in 2003, where Donald Trump said, "We share our secrets together. Enigmas never age," Jeffrey Epstein, during the period while Jeffrey Epstein was sex trafficking young girls. So how was Fox reacting to all of that? Did they address the lawsuit against their owner? Did they address anything Epstein related? Well, they are state regime media, so the answer is no. But what they did talk about was the real big scandal we need to focus on. I guess for them, the auto pen scandal that they're making up. I guess people are like, what? Auto pen? What are you talking? Doesn't everybody use an auto? What are you even talking about? So they've got a new one, folks. Out comes Tulsi Gabbard. We haven't heard from her since, for what, months? Tulsi Gabbard comes out and she's like, all right, I'm super serial now, guys. All right, I came up with one. Are you ready? Former President Obama did something about Russia and it's really bad. And that's the big scandal, everybody. So Fox was like, that's what we're running with. It's Obama did something and something. Here, Here, play this clip.
Now, to me, it sounds like you have appointed powerful bureaucrats that just flat out created a narrative that was false to undermine a duly elected president. Now, if that's not a grand conspiracy, I don't know what would be. Do you see crimes here?
I do, Sean, and I'm referring all of these documents that we have found and uncovered, referring them to the Department of Justice for further investigation, accountability, and action, not just investigation, but action. Accountability has to take place. The American people's ability to have faith and trust in the integrity of our democratic republic is literally what's at stake, and therefore the future of our ability to exist as the country that we know it.
Okay, do you see what was that? Like, what do they even mean? Donald Trump right now, he speaks to Vladimir Putin about like doing musical and theatrical productions together. Dude loves Vladimir Putin. What's the Russia? These people are so dumb. Excuse my language. Anyway, but that's what they talked about the entire day. What we really are focused on is Obama. A criminal investigation into Obama. This is what they talked about on the other show. Here, play this clip.
Well, it's extremely disturbing at every level. And the fact is, President Obama needs to answer for this immediately. There needs to be a very clear and unequivocal answer to how this happened and why exactly his administration, in concert with the intelligence community, was changing reports to make it appear as though that Russia interfered in our elections and to further this entire scam that has been perpetrated on the American people to undermine his successor, President Trump. It is just fundamentally wrong.
Okay, and then they really lay it on thick. Okay, when I watch this, I mean, I'm like, who the hell watches this? And it's like, yes, this is news. This is news. This is crazy stuff. So this next guy goes, he's like, when Donald Trump told me that we were in the golden age, I never knew we were going to get to fire Stephen Colbert. This is so amazing, everybody. Here, watch this. Play this clip.
It's no doubt that we are in the very beginning stages of a new golden era for America. I have only one complaint. When the president was running the first time, he told me and the rest of America that we would get tired of winning. I was very doubtful that we would ever get tired of winning. But I recently told the House Speaker, we're winning so much that we only have about an hour to celebrate one victory before we move on to the next victory, could we possibly slow it down just a little bit so that we can stage a big
Horace,
celebration?
what are you talking about?
We need to celebrate a big celebration.
You're losing the moment.
Now, I want to celebrate and then celebrate again, and then I want to hear Colbert got fired, then Kimmel, and then
Sean, a celebration.
CNN's off the air because nobody watches them.
A celebration takes at least a couple hours to do, and I think there have been so many
stop
amazing
sipping your wine
things.
and just take a shot and move on to the next celebration. I mean,
oh my God. Okay, compose yourself, Matt. Compose. Okay. So then you have Greg Gutfeld, who Donald Trump, when Stephen Colbert got basically fired or his contract was not renewed by CBS as CBS is trying to do its merger with Skydance, and they need approval by Donald Trump's FCC. So we learned that the Skydance CEO met with the FCC like 2 days before Colbert found out that his contract was not being renewed, like the most successful late night show. But yeah, okay, because he told bad jokes about Donald. He told bad jokes about Donald, and that's how pathetic Donald is. He doesn't like when someone tells. He doesn't like when someone tells bad jokes about him. Okay, so you have Greg Gutfeld right here on Fox, and Greg Gutfeld's like, and the Democrats, they lie to us. And Trump says Gutfeld is funnier. He wrote a post, Trump. He goes, Gutfeld is funnier than Colbert. Okay, you tell me. He's like, and the Democrats come up with all of these hoaxes, Gutfeld, like the climate hoax and the trans athlete hoax. What am I talking about? And they come up with everything that he mentions right now. It's like the most utterly deranged. What do you mean? You're saying that climate change isn't real? What are they even talking about? Here, play this clip.
You're trying to replace the word hoax. Look, I'm trying to figure out, have the Democrats asserted anything that is real? The climate predictions, no. High-speed rail, no. Trans kids and suicide risk, no. White supremacy and military, no. Fine people, no. Collusion, no. Joe's brain, no. The Democratic Party is the hoax party. It's like you've created an alternative universe where only you can feel comfort in there. These are not conspiracy theories. These are not things people believe. These are things that you create. Your president was fake.
What?
Your protests are fake.
Your
accusations are fake.
That he won the 2020 election. That's
really
fake.
No, your president's fake.
Support for today's episode comes from Square, the easy way for business owners to take payments, book appointments, manage staff, and keep everything running in one place. Whether you're selling lattes, cutting hair, detailing cars, or running a design studio, Square helps you run your business without running yourself into the ground. Honestly, I'm pretty sure just about every business I love uses Square. The coffee shop by me, the bakery, the salon. Anytime they use Square, the whole experience just feels so much smoother. Checkout is fast, receipts are digital, and I even earn loyalty points without having to carry around one of those old school punch cards. It's like they're operating on an entirely different level. It's like they're in the future and any businesses not using Square are in the past. With Square, you could take payments anywhere at the counter, on your phone, or online, and it all syncs in real time. You can manage inventory, track sales, and even get paid instantly with Square Checking. It's seriously built for business owners. With Square, you get all the tools to run your business with none of the contracts or complexity. And right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware at square.com/go/Meidas. That's SQUARE.com/GO/Meidas, MEIDAS. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
Like I told you, these people were losing it on air. And then you have Jesse Waters. All right, they got to bring it back to their topic. Who's the boogeyman? Okay, we did Obama. Okay, who else do we do? Mamdani. Let's bring up Zohran Mamdani and, let's mock his religion and let's scare people and let's call him jihadist adjacent and say, could you imagine this guy at the 9/11? He's going to have to stand next to Donald Trump at the 9/11. So this is where they're going because they know they have nothing else. All they have is their unadulterated, despicable racism. Zohran Mamdani is a good candidate who appeals to New Yorkers because he's talking about affordability and issues that matter to the people in the boroughs of New York who are struggling, while people like Jesse Waters, who earn $20 or $30 million a year, screw them. But here's Jesse Waters on Mamdani. Play this clip.
Besides the President of the United States, New York City mayor is the most powerful executive political position in the country. There's no hiding Mamdani. This guy is going to be covered by the Post, the Daily News, the New York Times, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News every single day. And not only that, he's going to be lighting the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. First Muslim. Wow, that's exciting. He's going to be doing the countdown on New Year's Eve in Times Square. He's going to be standing next to Donald Trump at the 9/11 ceremony. There is no hiding this guy.
And then you have one of Jesse Waters' goons go up to Eric Swalwell and he tries to like go after Swalwell, and Swalwell's like, yeah, you know what? Jesse Waters isn't even a man. Here, play this clip.
Don't wear masks in our community. You're terrorizing women. Real men don't terrorize women.
Did you wear a mask in 2020?
Look, for health reasons, I'm not a cop. So, like, whatever cute gotcha you think you have there.
They're protecting themselves.
But look, do you know anyone who gets more threats than me? These ICE agents aren't getting more threats than me.
Jesse Waters probably gets a little more threats.
Well, Jesse Waters, not a real man.
So now here you have Laura Ingraham, and now she is attacking the Dignity Act. So she's going after a Republican, Cuban, MAGA Republican Congresswoman Salazar. You've seen me feature Congresswoman Salazar. She's the Cuban congresswoman. Her parents fled the Castro regime. She's a congresswoman in southern Florida. She promised her constituents, her people, that Donald Trump was not going to revoke temporary protected status. She said that Donald Trump read the Dignity Act and he supported it back in before the election. Donald Trump recently said he never doesn't even know what it is through his propagandist Caroline Leavitt. So now here you have the Fox host, Laura Ingraham, mocking the Dignity Act by a Republican Congresswoman, Salazar, which she basically says, you know, treat Cubans, Venezuelans, Haitians, our immigrant populations, give them a pathway to citizenship if they're paying their taxes and they're working. And Fox, they can't hold back their unadulterated racism. And just look at Laura Ingraham's face when she goes, look at her face. Like, she oozes racism, in my opinion. Here, watch this. Let's play it.
Where were these calls for dignidad, dignity, and for compassion when millions of American workers were displaced by cheap foreign labor or had their jobs offshored? Now, the idea, by the way, that Americans can't or don't work in one of these sectors is one of the most insidious and insulting lies the amnesty fanatics love to sell. In my family, 1970s, our jobs were critical to help paying bills and giving us experience. My mom was a waitress for 25 plus years. My brother picked tobacco. We delivered papers. Other brothers were busboys. We did neighbors' lawns. We worked in fast food. We helped with neighbors' childcare and picked blueberries. So dignity, Senora Salazar, is what American workers used to have who supported their families by building houses, working in convalescent homes, restaurants, running family landscaping businesses, and the list goes on.
And by the way, I have a lot of problems with Congresswoman Salazar because she lied to her people. She said that Donald Trump supports the Dignity Act. He's never going to come after you. Her people are being thrown in concentration camps. Her people are getting rounded up and deported and disappeared. And she still is like, Donald Trump still has the ability to be like the Lincoln of immigration. He can be like the Reagan of immigration. What are you talking about? He's done so much damage to immigrants, to all of America, but like specifically to your people. So come on. But I agree with the Dignity Act. Okay. I think that she's a con artist. I think that she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, but I believe in the Dignity Act. I think that, of course, you should show migrants dignity. But the fact that Fox is mocking her for that, the fact that Trump didn't even read the Dignity, didn't have the time to read what the hell it is, should tell you everything. Okay, and then they bring on this guy who goes after Mamdani, this guy who it's just pure, they say the most hateful things. Here, play this clip.
You know, to that point, think about this. Next year is going to be the 25th anniversary of 9/11. There's going to be all kinds of ceremonies Sunnis here, and you're going to have a guy who's jihadi adjacent leading them if he wins. That's where this is going. The stuff that he countenances, come on now, Jessica.
Jihadi adjacent?
Jihadi adjacent, yes.
That could be anybody then.
Very closely jihadi adjacent. What, is there something you want to tell us?
I wear the other team's color for one day, and now it's a problem.
He's more than, you want me to go further? Then he's more than, he's a jihadi apologist. How about that? I mean, you're not going to say that about all of us, are you? Of course not.
And then they're like, oh, he's like it's all central planning. You know, he's going to take all the power. This is like a communist regime. Here, play this clip.
And what the real message here is, if you think about it, is he's saying, look, I'll take care of your food. I'll take care of your housing, your transport, your safety. In other words, give me all the power, everything, and just trust me. And that's why these sorts of regimes, socialist/communist regimes, always devolve to dictatorships, because of course they do. You've given them everything, and it's just a sidestep before the next thing you know, you got Pol Pot, you got Stalin, you got the whole cast of these guys.
I mean, y'all realize that you literally have Donald Trump right now, like running around, like acting like a communist dictator. Donald Trump is more of a communist dictator right now than any communist dictator. When he calls up companies, I don't like what you're doing. I don't like what you're doing. He unilaterally imposes tariffs on whoever. He enriches himself. You know, the Trump central planning. This is what I want it to cost. This is what I want to do. I'm going to be the one who sets the market. Trump's the biggest communist in a bad one, like the biggest bad communist in the world. They're all bad, but bad communists. Stephen Miller. Here's what he has to say. Let's play it.
Already under President Trump's leadership, 150,000 criminal illegal aliens have been arrested by either Homeland Security or the Department of Justice and either deported or prosecuted. 150,000 threats to our community off the streets. But there are millions and millions more to go, Sean. And under President Trump's leadership, that's what's going to happen.
Stephen Miller, we always appreciate you. This is important. We got to keep Americans safe and secure. We need law and order.
Well, there you have it, folks. Sorry, when I watched that, I mean, I know it's a lot of it's serious subject matter, so I didn't mean to laugh at some of this, but like, this is some pathetic stuff. And we just got to sometimes be like, the hell are these people talking about? Release the Epstein files, Donald. Release the list, Donald. You're covering it up, Donald. You're Doe 174, Donald. Epstein used Mar-a-Lago to sex traffic, Donald. We know about you. And subscribe.
Love this video? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch and help us blow past 1 million followers.